Alright kids, welcome to the kitchen. Today we're going to make some vegan ribs. Now here's the problem with most, if not all, of the vegan rib recipes I've seen online. It tastes like bread dipped in barbecue sauce. Sorry to disappoint all the kids out there. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do is pretty basic. Okay, what we're going to do is we're going to get a cup and a half of water here. Let's start with that. And we're going to put it in there like this, nice and easy. You can do that, cup and a half of water. Then I'm going to add the Montreal steak spice. I'm going to get, I believe it's got my little recipe hidden here so you can't see it. It makes me look like I'm a lot smarter than I am, but now that I've told you, you realize I'm not so smart. Anyhow, 1 tablespoon of Montreal smoked or Montreal meat steak spice. I do 1 tablespoon. And 1 tablespoon of our meat mix. Now, you can see the recipe for the meat mix at the end of the video. I will post that up. I do 1 tablespoon, maybe a little bit more. I do like the flour. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take this, we're going to throw it onto the stove here. We're going to heat that up. I want to get that nice and hot. I want to get it to a boil. That's the first thing we're going to do. Can you see that? Okay. So I'm just going to add that in there, get it all melted down, get it all nice and hot. Now while that's warming up, I'm going to take, so I bought these no-name brand palm hearts here. Brought the no-name brand because they're like $1.50 cheaper than the name brand. Same country of origin, same thing, just not a name brand. Anywho, so with the palm hearts, I'm going to take them and we're going to cook them in this juice for a while to give them that little flavor. And you're not going to dump this au jus out. We're going to use this as our liquid for the ribs when we add the Vital Wheat Gluten, which is our next step after we do this. But first, we're just going to get this going here. Okay, like I say, I just dice them up here. You can, I mean, if you want to use jackfruit, go ahead. If you want to use, I know I like to also use banana blossom, which is another good one. Anyhow, I'm just going to cut these down here a little bit. We just want to give this a little bit of flavor. It doesn't have much flavor. So again, I'm going to get here. This is starting to heat up. Going to mix all this bad boy in here. As you can see, now I'm going to let this simmer for about 30 minutes. So I'm just going to throw that in there. And you don't have to worry about it falling apart or not falling apart. It's all good because at some point we're all going to mix it in with it. But once this boils or gets to, you know, just to a boil, I'm going to throw a lid on there. And then we're going to put it down to simmer, do about 30 minutes on there. Okay, now that's done there. So our next thing now is our little bowl here. These are our dry ingredients. We're going to put these in here. So I got a cup of Vital Wheat Gluten. That's our protein. That's our binder. It's all that good stuff. Okay, so I got my Vital Wheat Gluten. I got 2 tablespoons of, I'm going to bring this over here. I got 2 tablespoons of nooch, or as some people call it, 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. And I'm going to go here, and this is a mix. 2 teaspoons of onion powder, 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. We're going to throw that in there. And we're going to do 1 tablespoon of tapioca starch. We're going to throw that in there. And we're going to throw in our 2 tablespoons of mushroom powder. This is, we just get dried mushrooms and we put them in a coffee grinder, and we grind them away. This is going to give you some nice little flavors there, that little earthy meat flavor in there, along with the our meat powder here. Okay, so now we got that going, and we're going to get our little, and we're just going to mix this in here. We're going to set this aside for now, and we're going to get our wet ingredients together. Secondary way, I guess this is wet too. Oh, this is boiling. Going to turn that down to low, And like I say, we're gonna let that kind of just go for, and I don't, like I say, I don't mind breaking this down a little bit, right? You want to just kind of break it down. And that's nice. So don't be afraid to show who's boss. Okay, so now we're gonna let that go, like I say, for 30 minutes. I'm gonna set my timer here, just so I don't forget about it. 30 minutes, start. Okay, wet ingredients, here we come. All right, kids, so first thing we're gonna do before we do anything else is we're gonna set the oven on here for 375. So we're gonna start. So we're gonna preheat the oven, make sure nothing in there. Yeah, we're good. So we're gonna preheat at 375. Okay, now we got our palm hearts in here. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this cup, I'm gonna throw it in the sink like this, because we want to keep the juice, the au jus. And I'm just gonna take the palm hearts in here like this. Bring that in there. Alright, and we're going to let that drain. Because we're going to use that au jus in a few minutes here. It's going to add flavor to our ribs, right? It's nice and cooked, got a lot of flavor in there now, and some of that flavor is now into the palm hearts.
Show me that.
Okay. What do you want to see?
I just wanted to see what that looks like after it's been cooked.
Oh, it looks like this. So I got 2 tablespoons of olive oil right here. I'm going to add that in here. 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Alright. Right in there. And I'm going to do 1 tablespoon of peanut butter and 1 tablespoon of tahini. So what I did is in here, I added the peanut butter and the tahini. Now I use an organic, just peanut butter, nothing else. No salt, no pepper, no sugar, no whatever it is that, you know, people tend to add to the peanut to make peanut butter. It's just straight peanuts, which I love. Okay, so we're going to put that in there, give that a little stir, and then we're going to add 1 tablespoon of coconut aminos, and we use coconut aminos because Charlotte has soy allergies, so we don't use soy sauce. You can use soy sauce if you choose. So we're going to do 1 tablespoon of coconut aminos. That's, again, it's going to add that, what's it called, edamame? Edamame flavor? No, not edamame. Anyways.
No, unagi.
Umami.
Unami.
Umami?
Unami?
Or maybe it's unagi. Huh? Maybe you get that reference if you're old enough or young enough. I don't know. I get the reference. Okay, and then we're going to do 1 teaspoon of liquid soap. The fuck was that, eh? I have no idea what I just said. I'm going to start that over. What the hell is this guy making? 1
Dawn.
teaspoon.
Sponsored by Dawn.
Yeah, sponsored by Dawn, yeah. 1 teaspoon of liquid smoke. Jesus. Still recovering from the Omicron virus here, so maybe it's affecting my speech pattern. Although it's not, because my speech pattern wasn't so good before the Omicron. Double vaccinated, by the way. That helped out a lot. The whole family, we all got it. Okay, and then 1 tablespoon of maple syrup, which I'm going to go get. One tablespoon. Because maple syrup is, you know, you want that sweetness in there for the for those ribs, because ribs are, you know, the pork is a little sweet, right? Okay, and then we're going to go with 3/4 cups. I think I got a 3/4 cup thing here. 3/4 cups of the au jus. Okay, so I'm going to pour that in there. I want 3/4 cups. If there's any left over, I'm going to use it for other stuff. Ooh, that's pretty good there. There's 3/4 cups. I'm going to throw that in there. It's nice and warm, which is what I want. And then we're going to stir it. It'll all get nice and melted in there. And I'm going to just get my little whisk here. And the heat's going to help. Now I'm going to let that cool a little bit because I don't want to be putting my hands in there when it's this hot. So I'm going to just stir that in there. Let that cool. And this is going to be added to our dry ingredients that we made a while ago. So I'm going to just stir that up. Look at that, eh? Oh, man, does that ever smell nice? Oh, baby, baby. Okay, now You can make your own barbecue sauce, or you can use your favorite barbecue sauce when we add it. I just want to throw that out there. I made some of my own barbecue sauce, but I am using a vegan barbecue sauce that I can use. And I also made my own barbecue sauce to add on top. So it all depends on what you want to do. You know, I'm gonna have a barbecue sauce later. I'll show that to you later if you're interested. Just text me, or you know. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you like what we're doing here. So you're gonna want to cut that palm heart a little thinner before you cook it. So what I did here was I actually just used my Ninja. I added the au jus blend that we did, and I just threw it in the blender on chop a little bit, and then did a pretty good job chopping it up. I just kind of sliced it up a bit. So anyhow, there it is. Palm hearts in here. We got our dry ingredients in here. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to just add the wet into the dry. Nice and easy. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. And then you're just gonna mix it in. So you're gonna need this for about 2 minutes, and nice and gentle. So basically what I'm doing is I'm just getting the ingredients to mix in together here, okay? I'm not like pounding away like I'm making bread. I'm just trying to get the ingredients, and once they're mixed in, you know, try and get all that flour, all the Vital Wheat Gluten, you want to get all that in there, okay? And you're gonna see I'm not over kneading it. I just want all the Vital Wheat Gluten to be dry. You can see a little couple of, or sorry, not dry, but all wet, okay? And you can see that it's starting to look pretty good here. You got about 2 minutes. I'm not gonna knead for like 10 like a lot of people do. I'm just gonna 2 minutes here ish. And then again, I'm kind of disappointed with the breakdown of the fibers there, but you know, again, it's a fucking working, right? We're working on it. Okay, the oven is looking good. I'm gonna put a bit of oil. There you go, like that. I'm gonna get my barbecue sauce. Now this, I got a little bit left because I made ribs last week. I tried another recipe, which turned out okay, just not great. Probably gonna show up with another recipe for a new video here next week, or in a couple of weeks to fine tune this one. I really was been looking for banana blossoms to do this with, because that's the one I usually try. I usually work with the banana blossom, which I really, really like. And I thought I'd try it out with the palm hearts this week. So I've done other stuff with it, but it's not where I want it to be. This we're gonna use when we fry it up later. Anyhow, we're gonna mix it in there, just like that. Okay, and then I'm gonna leave that there. And then we're gonna take our ribs, and I'm just going to make a nice little patty here, and we're gonna stretch that out. Half inch, yeah, okay, about half inch. Again, just nice and easy. Okay, you got a little bit of oil there, a little bit of oil on this side. Okay, now I'm gonna wash my hands again here, and we're gonna get some barbecue sauce on that bad boy. I'm gonna put a little bit of barbecue sauce on here, like that, and then we're going to coat it. And I know a lot of people like to put a rub on there, but I don't put the rub on. I put the rub in the meat itself so that it doesn't taste like bread, and it just goes all the way in. So there we go. We got that like that. I'm gonna grab my big monster. There we go. And flip that bad boy over like that. And I'm gonna make sure that's. And again, I mean, you know, feel free to size it up your way. You know, I mean, if you like the certain length or whatever, I don't really care. You know, if I'm making this for company, then yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna care a little bit more about it, right? But right now, it's all about me eating it, and I am getting hungry. Okay, so now what we're gonna do, the oven's preheated. We're gonna bake this at 375 for 15 minutes, and then we're gonna roll it. And we're going to cook it for another 15. And then after that, we're going to fry in the pan. Just to cover it up so it doesn't dry out too much. Come on. There we go. Okay, gonna take a little tin foil. Great thing is you can always reuse this after. Don't want to, I'm not sealing it super tight, just on the edges here. Okay. And then we're going to 15 minutes in the oven. And then we're going to do 15 minutes again. We're going to flip it and do another 15. Okay, so I don't think you have to watch me flip it. 15 minutes, flip it, 15 minutes, pull it out, and then we're going to fry it up. And we'll see how she does. All right, get out of here. All right, kids, we're back. So we did 15 minutes, flip it, 15 minutes, and now we're going to pull it out. And, c'est chaud. All right. So now, what we're going to do is, we're just going to take the tin foil off. And this is what it looks like. And we're just going to let it sit for 15 minutes to 30 minutes. Just let it sit there, kind of do its thing. And then we're going to fry it up for about 3 minutes on each side with a little bit more barbecue sauce. Give it a nice grilly kind of crunchy barbecue caramelized. That's the word I'm looking for. We're going to caramelize it. Okay?
Yep.
Okay, so I got my my homemade barbecue sauce for the second part. I'm going to throw some of this on here. It's got a lot of maple syrup in there, which I like. A little bit of sugar, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. So now I'm going to, look at that. I'll throw that back on there. And then I'm going to throw some, I cut it in half like I told you before here. I'm going to just do this. And make sure it's all covered up in there. And then I'll take my little frying pan going here. I'm going to toss that in there. Gotta be careful. So we're gonna fry that. And we're gonna add some more sauce here. We're gonna do about 3 minutes and 3 minutes. I'll throw that in the rest after that. So you want to do about 3 minutes in here, and then you're going to flip it over, do another 3 minutes. And remember this very important thing. It's always better tomorrow. Well, the next day, because tomorrow never comes. But so what I like to do is I cook it, I fry it, and then the next day you can throw that on the barbecue. You can throw it back in the frying pan. You can throw it in the oven, serve it with a little side of rice. Yeah, so that's it. And then, like I say, you fry it up about 3 minutes, flip it over, fry it up for 3 minutes, put it aside, or eat it for supper tonight. All right, kids, get out of here. We're going to do this up, and then we'll taste it up a little later. All right. Okay, so Charla's not waiting. She's going to have a little piece right now.
Oh, that's nice texture.
Yeah,
Look
okay.
at that.
Let me see. Okay, that's pretty good. Yeah,
Flaking
yeah,
apart.
yeah. And like I say, it's always better tomorrow. So you will have a little piece there, and let me know how it tastes.
It's pretty hot.
All right. So hold on. So, ooh, this is what it looks like frying. Okay, so how does it taste? Ooh.
That's pretty good.
Yeah? Could be better?
It's hot.
It's okay though?
No, it's really good.
Okay. Good. All right, take
The
this.
texture's a lot better than last time.
Okay, that's good. Okay, so one of the things that you're going to learn is not everything is not always a success when you're cooking. I mean, it's good, it's tasty. We kind of learned a little bit about the palm hearts today. I got to strip those down a little bit more. But that's okay. We learned something new. Next time we do it, it's going to be even better. So don't be afraid to try things. Don't be afraid to cook. Again, I'm not having it till tomorrow. I like letting this stuff sit for a day and then having it the next one because it's always better when it sits. Especially with the Vital Wheat Gluten and everything. Anyways, ribs, try them out. Let me know if you got some recipes or whatever. Blah, blah, blah. You know the shtick. Yeah, show up to the show. Or subscribe. I'm out of here. I'm going to make my supper. Okay, so my fingers are already sticky because I'm eating it. But this is like I told you the next day. Here it is. Now, I really grilled this because I wanted some heavily caramelized stuff, less caramelized over here. But I'm going to just show you how. I'm going to just cut through this and just kind of give you an idea. I mean, that's what it's looking like right now. And I'm going to just, like, look at that. It's oily. It looks, I don't know, it looks pretty good. I mean, and I'm going to, it's pretty good. I'm going to heat some up with some vegan eggs. You know what? I was a little disappointed with the way the hearts of palm worked out for me. I had to blend them. I'm going to work on that a little bit more. But, I mean, this
How
is
was it for
cold.
flakiness?
It's just,
How was it for flakiness?
flakiness?
Not flakiness,
I'm flaky.
stringy.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know. It looks good to me right now. I'm going to improve. I hate people on YouTube who do that. Oh, this is the best food I've ever tasted in my life. It's so delicious. I mean, it is delicious. Sorry. I hate people who do that. And I'm one of them. But look at this. Oh, yeah. It's like, look at that. I mean, fuck me, man. Look at that. Look at this. Fucking insane. Okay. Sorry for being one of those people who's doing that. I'm doing it. I hate myself right now. Hate myself. Get out of here.